we found him at the brink, a fragile whisper of life. The first few days were a blur of warmth and waiting, feeding him drop by drop, praying for a sign. Then, a flicker. His eyes opened, 2 tiny blue stars in a sea of fur. Slowly, a wobble turned into a step. A faint cry grew into a playful meow. He began to explore, batting at sunbeams and chasing his own tail. This tiny fighter, once so weak, was now a whirlwind of joy. His journey was a miracle of love.
For the last 2 days, I kept noticing a mama cat watching me from the fence, not blinking, not moving away, just watching, with eyes full of something I couldn't understand at first. Every time I stepped outside, she appeared quietly, sitting at the same spot on the fence, tail wrapped around her paws, a calm but heavy sadness in her eyes. Today, I finally approached the fence slowly and whispered, "It's okay, Mama, what do you need?" She looked right into my eyes, and that's when I heard it, a tiny cry. She disappeared behind the fence for a moment, then came back carrying a newborn kitten in her mouth, weak, crying softly, barely hanging on. She placed the baby gently on the ground, then looked at me again. Her eyes said everything. I was waiting for the right moment, to find someone I trust. My heart broke. I gently picked up the tiny kitten and wrapped him in my FourPawFriends soft blanket, warming his fragile body. He let out a tiny cry, then relaxed, melting into the soft fabric. The mama touched my hand with her nose, a thank you, and a plea for more help. She vanished again behind the fence. Seconds later, she returned with another baby. Then another. 3 tiny kittens, all too weak to survive outside. She had been watching me for days, waiting until she felt safe enough to bring me her whole family. I laid the blanket out as a warm nest, and the mama curled herself around her babies, purring deeply as they pressed into her. Today wasn't just a rescue, it was trust. A mother choosing me to help her save her world.
Today, the sun was hotter than usual, the kind of heat that makes the ground burn and the air feel heavy. When I stepped into the backyard, I saw a mama cat dragging something gently across the grass. At first, I couldn't tell what it was, but then I saw her stop under the only shady spot right beside the mango tree. She lowered her tiny newborn kitten onto the cool earth. Her body shook from stress. Her breathing was fast. Her eyes were full of fear. She nudged the baby with her nose, again and again, but the baby didn't move. His breaths were shallow, his tiny chest barely rising. The heat had taken too much from his little body. The mama meowed softly, not loud, not panicked, just heartbreakingly sad. A mother begging for help. I rushed over and knelt beside them. She looked at me with eyes that said, "Please." I don't know what to do. I gently lifted the baby into my hands. He was so light, so fragile, barely holding on. I wrapped him inside my FourPawFriends soft t-shirt, using the fabric to cool and comfort him. His tiny body relaxed slightly, and he let out the weakest little cry, a sound that broke me. The mama followed me as I carried him toward the porch, never letting him out of her sight. Every few steps, she touched the t-shirt with her nose, checking if he was breathing. When we reached a shady, warm corner, I placed the baby down and let the mama curl around him. She wrapped herself around him tightly, purring softly, a mother's prayer. Together, we watched him breathe slow, unsteady, but still alive. Sometimes the strongest love is a mama carrying her baby to the shade, hoping someone will help her finish the saving.